Welcome back to LonelyMan BGs in this epic video on the epic game, Call to Adventure. Call to Adventure is a fantasy game where players create epic fantasy heroes. It plays 1 to 4 players and lasts anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour. Your hero's journey begins humbly, but with trials and tribulations, your hero's abilities will grow. Let's take a little look into how the game works. At the beginning of the game, players receive 2 of each of the following cards: Origins, Motivations, and Destinies. They will choose 1 card from each category, discarding the non-chosen card. First, Origin cards. These cards show where your character begins their story. Players get options such as Hunter, Farmer, or Sailor. These cards also give initial rune icons as well as special abilities that players may use during challenges or other events. Next up, Motivations. These cards give your character a guiding principle. For example, your hero may be tempted by darkness or be prone to wandering off by themselves. These cards also offer abilities that players may use on their turn, such as spending or earning experience through their actions. The final card the player is gifted is their Destiny card. Your hero may one day become imbibed with the blood of a great serpent, or become so good at gossiping that they are deemed the master of whispers. These 3 cards come together to tell your story. For example, I have chosen the Enlightened Path. I started off but a mere student, brimming with a thirst for knowledge. As I grew stronger, I embodied my destiny as a wise master. The player's Destiny card shows how the player can gain points, so it is hidden from other players until the end of the game. Players also begin the game with a single hero card. They may spend these cards during their turn, allowing players to use additional runes or gain experience tokens. Experience tokens are gained and spent during the game for various reasons, and players start the game with 3 of them. On the left side of each player board also shows a corruption track. This track indicates whether the player's character is a hero, anti-hero, or neutral. The player's corruption begins in a neutral area, but depending on their actions will move up or down the track. Where along the track a player's marker is dictates if the hero can use hero cards, anti-hero cards, or both. Now we'll look at the story cards, which are separated into 3 decks, 1 for each act. At the beginning of the game, a number of cards are laid out for each act, depending on the number of players. Those rows of cards represent different challenges players can take on, beings they can befriend, traits they can gain, as well as adversaries they can face. To start, only the cards from Act 1 are face up. In the base game, players will come across 3 types of cards in Act 1. Trait cards define a character's personality. For example, Studious increases a hero's intelligence. Heroes may also face challenges which have 2 options. For example, at the Academy a player may excel in their studies and gain intelligence, or learn deep lessons, which gives them a hero card and increases their wisdom. The final card a player may encounter in Act 1 is an ally, which are tucked under challenges and act as rewards. In order to overcome challenges, players will cast runes and apply card effects. This number on the left hand of a challenge card determines the difficulty, and the runes below it show what ability runes may be used. Players will cast their ability runes as well as the 3 core runes to determine whether or not they have overcome the challenge. They may also spend experience to add dark runes to bolster their attempt, but this may lead a player towards corruption. If an Act 1 challenge or trait is earned, it is placed underneath the Origin card, which offers its bonuses for later turns. For example, the Learn Deep Lesson side of the challenge was earned, so it is placed underneath the Origin card with the bonus showing on the bottom. Once any player gains a 3rd card under their Origin, the next act is revealed. In the 2nd and 3rd act, in addition to challenges and traits, adversaries may be revealed as well. Adversaries act as challenges that must be defeated, but have effects that may also change the game's state. The final act ends when a player gains a 3rd story card under their Destiny card. At the end of the game, players will sum their Destiny score by adding up Triumph points, Tragedy points, and experience. The player with the highest Destiny score wins. This concludes your overview for Call to Adventure. If you want to learn more about the game, check out the links in the description. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below for more content. Thanks for watching.